Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man way too loud in my headset. Mega Man Legacy Collection, playing Mega Man 2. And yes, the Mega Man 2 Let's Play was interrupted by the death of my computer. We're back, and we're ready to rock and roll. And hopefully, despite having some, suboptimal gameplay here in the Wily Fortress, no stage so far has been as annoying as Heatman stage, because I've tried to do Heatman stage without taking advantage of any mobility weapons. So we will pick this thing back up. It's been a little bit of a break for me, a break from having a working computer, that is. This is, of course, one of the dreams of the modern age in the Legacy Collection, that you don't have to do the Wily Castle all in one shot. But even not having to do the Wily Castle in one shot was not as big a, in the age of emulation and Legacy Collections, not as big a frickin' deal as not having to do the whole game in one shot, which is the thing that we got jumping from Mega Man to Mega Man 2. So, there must be at some point where I get to load my game, right? Yeah, I thought there was. Alright, so here we are, and the music has shifted to the most repetitive and boring of the Mega Man 2 themes, at least gameplay themes, as we're in the stage that has the fish monsters. Ooh. Tempting to... Well, we've got 5 lives, though. Man, about to say, tempting to stock up on E-Tanks here, having... used one rather wastefully in the last level. And I failed that jumping test. Is that what I should have gotten more of? Possibly not. I do not know of a point in the remainder of the game where Flashman weapon will be useful, other than when fighting the boss rematches. But in fact, it's possible that I should have stocked up on that instead of getting more Quickman weapon. Now I've got 5 lives in reserve, but in fact there's still something to be said for intentionally game overing a bunch of times and getting a bunch of E-Tanks, because I think they do carry over when you go from game over. I might be wrong about that. I've been wrong about quite a bit of this game, actually. There's a lot of details that I did not remember correctly. Bobo's helping me out in the comments section. Others as well, I'm sure. Tiny baby jump to avoid hitting death spikes. And then you get into a guided falling sequence. Do not remember exactly where you need to land there, but there's at least one point coming up, I think, where, and that you saw there, if you fell all the way to the left, you wouldn't have known that that was going to be fatal, but it is. So you have to pay attention. Game does kind of give you a little moment when it switches from screen to screen where you can look ahead and make sure that you are not falling someplace super deadly. Oh, and he's... Well, this is a very short little stage, isn't it? Not a whole lot going on in this stage. Okay. You are a giant tank that looks like Guts Man. I do not remember your weakness, but I feel like there's something that hurts you more than, might be the Quick Boomerang. Quick Boomerang, in fact, was no better than Mega Buster against the last enemy boss, but, I just got a little confused and convinced myself somehow it was better. I do not remember this as being one of the toughest enemy bosses, but I also don't seem to be very good at this game anymore, so... That being said, I wanted a quick video to get in the can so I could start updating my channel again, and it appears that this is going to be the shortest frickin' Mega Man video ever. Oh god. Might as well just keep using this thing. So we have an E-Tank added to our reserve if we want to waste it on this boss. But that's not really that good an idea. Can I not hop up here, please? Thank you, game. Am I crazy, or is this doing exactly the same damage as, Oh. This is embarrassing. Yeah, I'm getting pretty close. I think it must be doing more damage than the P weapon was. There might be other things that do more. I just have this vague notion you're supposed to use the quick man weapon. The big thing is learning its pattern a bit. I don't know, man. I think after the bewildering highs of beating the freaking Heatman stage without a mobility weapon, impressing even Lethal Feline, who's known for actually being fairly good at some of these, you know, action-y types of games. My, how the mighty and the mega have fallen. Don't think I'll get anywhere using Airman weapon. Yeah, really nowhere at all. So if you check its fist, you can see which type of attack it's going to do. When it lifts the fist, it starts shooting those guys at you. I had this notion this was when I was going to succeed this time. Oh, for fuck's sake, GG. Maybe I am going to burn through all 5 of those lives. I guess we'll find out whether E-Tanks stack. This has been just a rotten run. Like I said, I've been away from the game for a little bit. With the dead computer and all. And again, this is, you know, I'm playing it for fun. It's nostalgic to come back to this game. I probably don't sound like I'm having fun. I sound like I'm hyper-criticizing myself. But I am enjoying it. It's, this is one of those games, man. People go do, like, optimal super runs and speed runs, and I never set out to do that, but I did set out to not suck this much. Oh, damn it. I was getting ahead of it there for a second. Sadly, these guys never drop health power-ups, which is kind of what I need. Ah, so freaking close. Well, at this point, I've burned through enough lives that, yeah, we no longer have, like, an impressive backlog of lives to get through the various stages. But you're not really supposed to go through the Dr. Wily stages with tons of lives. I mean, for me, playing this game as a kid on the original hardware, it's all about getting game over at least once on every freaking stage because you're not familiar with the stage. I suppose I should be trying to find a way, considering how close I'm getting each time without succeeding, to get past that without, I don't know that any of those got past this little fist defense, but... I think the fists, hitting the fist hurts you more than the other attacks do. So you have to take great care not to get hit by that. Or I'm just full of crap. Getting run over appears to hurt you more too. And I got ran over in attempting to avoid the little white blast thingy. What? Did we ever figure out what's good against these guys so that I cannot take damage on my way? Maybe bubble lead will work. There's one more stage after this, which has actually got some challenge to the stage itself. Yeah, and then you get here and you just gotta kill them quickly, because... Well, at least I didn't take individual hits from every stinking one. Somebody will then find out that, oh yeah, if you use wood shield, you beat him in 4 hits, and then I'll just have to deal. Damn it! Stop losing right out of the gate, JG. Have a little pride, man. Why did you jump there? Oh, fuck. I got 2 hits in a row to connect. Okay, so shooting it in its little opening that those guys come out of doesn't help you. Oh, I freaking had it. This is so much easier than shit that I've already done in this game. Alright, well, let's find out now whether your E-tanks stack as you continue. Of course they don't. That would have been ridiculous. I do have full ammo for all the weapons, though, so... arguably, that's a fair trade. Because, you never knew when I was going to get more frickin' Flashman weapon in order to easily defeat Quickman in the upcoming boss rematch section. Oh, I got a 1-up, so we're kind of back on track. Sort of. Didn't do that right, but no matter. This is the shortest, easiest little stage in the history of Wily stages. Except that there's actually a really short stage coming up right at the very, very end. It's not super easy, though. It's like there is no continuation point. The entire stage is the walk up to the boss, and they make it so that it's kind of difficult to avoid taking at least some damage. But we're just about to get to the... and it's all about instant death. You either get instant death, or you don't. Oh, I stink. If Eva from Metal Gear Solid 3 were here, she would let me know. Seriously, I was talking about how quick and easy this video was going to be earlier. That was my first mistake. Saying that, I was like, oh, I needed a quick and easy thing to record, and it looks like the game is really lining up for me. No, JG, don't say that. Don't tempt fate. It's going to be a freaking nightmare when I get to Mega Man games that I don't remember at all. This one I thought I remembered, and it turns out that I don't. Bobo is 3 years younger than me, and I would venture to guess he's consumed a lot less alcohol during his adult life. So he remembers stuff, like, apparently better than I do. Damn, I had no problems now maybe I'm psyching myself up here, but now I can't even get to the boss. This is embarrassing. Embarrassing. And then you start getting impatient, you try to rush through it, and just make even more mistakes. But it is, you know, it's all about instant death in this stage. You don't have to really worry about hit point loss until you get to the very end. I don't think you can just walk right off the edge of this. I believe if you walk right off the edge, you hit the spike there. I'm not used to having trouble with this. I have not reached the point of total meltdown that I reached. I had like an episode. I've fessed up to this. It's not like I'm hiding it. Wily Stage 1, I just got to a point where I'd screwed up the damn Mobility Weapon 1 jumping puzzle so many times that I was not prepared to waste LP time grinding for more weapon ammo. But this, I'm surprising myself at how poorly this is going now. Okay. And then drift over, and then drift over again. And you just go straight down, and you walk through here, and as long as you don't fall all the way to the right, you're fine. Or left, I mean, you're fine. See, if you can see them, you're already in range. So there's no, and they always spawn shooting directly forward. So there's really no. I'm sure somebody can come up with something. I've got no like way to cleverly avoid taking damage from those ones. So I guess if you jump at exactly the right time, maybe somehow, some way. Okay, so don't get caught in the wheels. You can get off more than one quick boomerang at a shot, which is why it should be easy. Doesn't seem to have invincibility frames. Well, at least not many. So there you go. What was so freaking hard, JG? What was so freaking hard, man? A boss we'll be facing in a later Mega Man game. Well, there you go. I made the simple become quite difficult there. But we're getting awfully close now, because there's no way that there's another scary stage after that skull face there. I mean, that's got to be it, right? Anyway, folks, I'm calling it a video here, and not a moment too soon. That should have been a 5-minute video, and it turned into 15. When we come back, we'll be fighting our way through the last, quote, normal Wily stage, because, you know, you get to the end, and this game actually sets a pattern that Mega Man 1 didn't quite follow. Mega Man 1 had 4 boss rematches in a row, and the game seemed to decide that having all 6 boss rematches in the same stage was too much, and gave us Cutman Elect Man early. But from this point on, you end up having a stage where you have all the boss rematches all in one shot before taking on some form of follow-up boss. And there's no level that you have to fight your way through to get to that point. So this game will start that pattern, but before we get to that, we've got to get through the last regular stage of the game. We'll do that next time on The Mysterious JG. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.